all I gotta say. Nothing that should be.
All right. So let's get into the meat of it. All right. I got just a couple lessons for you today, man. A couple lessons, and they come from my man Cam Newton. Now listen to me. Y'all know I bleed green, white, baby. Green, white. But on my way home after Thanksgiving, that Friday, I'm coming home from Chicago. All right, and I'm listening to satellite radio, and I'm listening to Auburn against, you know what I'm saying, Alabama. And I'm for real, like, I'm into this game. Why? Because, for real, man, they just been beating my man Cam Newton down. You know, the week prior to that and the week before that, bro, they just like, you know, my man this, he that, his father, all these allegations. They trying to strip my man from his eligibility to play in the game. So I'm just kind of following my man because they undefeated. And I just want to see from one leader to the next. Right? From one leader to the next, I just want to see how my man gonna handle it. Because I told you before, life gonna knock you down. And I want to see can my man Cam handle this pressure. How is he gonna take this pressure? Man, I'm watching my man against Georgia. Hey, my man come out, put up 49 points as if what? As if he not even on the news. Like, he not on every talk show. Like, he not in the newspaper. My man come out and he do what he got to do and act like ain't nothing happened. That's my first principle in case you missed it. In case you missed what I just said, what I learned, 3 things I got from my man Cam Newton, right? Watching my man every week, close to close, face to face. I'm watching my man. I'm studying my man. I'm watching all his moves. I want to see how he can get through this trial, this tribulation. The first thing I found out about this kid, man, was you got a first principle. You got to show up. Like, for real. Principle number 1. You can't win the game if you ain't in the game. And man, my man not only showed up to the game, he showed up, he did what he had to do. Are you hearing what I'm saying? He showed up. That's principle number 1. You got to show up. Listen to what I'm saying. E.T. told you. Before, when I was younger, what did I do? I took flight. Every time it got hard. Every time it got difficult, I left. The phone would ring. I got a spirit of anxiety. And then I learned from my man. It's happened in my own personal life, man. At some point in life, you just got to stand up to the giants. At some point, you just got to show up. At some point, listen to me, you will never be successful if you don't show up. It was Woody Allen who said it like this. He said that 75%, that's right, 75% of life success just means showing up. That's 75% of success. You just show up. You just say, I'm accounted for. I'm present. I'm here. And I ain't going nowhere. No matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how challenging it is. And I saw Cam Newton put that helmet on. I saw him strap up, come out against Georgia, and he did his thing like nothing had ever happened. Show up. But then I'm watching, I'm like, wow, man, I'm listening on satellite radio, and I'm like, wow, my man's undefeated. He going up against Alabama. He close to the Heisman Trophy. I mean, this thing is going to place him in a place in the NFL that's going to put him, you know, I'm talking about high in the draft. And this game, right, this one game is going to determine maybe his future in the NFL. And I'm listening, 7-0. They playing in Alabama. We talking about the national champions last year in Alabama, Crimson Tide. You could just see the Crimson all through the stadium. 14-0. 21-0. And you can hear the commentator say, whoa, like Alabama, they got this one in their hand. I don't know how Auburn's going to come back from this. They went into the half 24-7. Number 2, man, my number 2 principle, and you better get it, man. You better get it. They came back out, right? I don't know what the coach, I wish I could have been a fly on the wall. I don't know what the coach of Auburn said to these boys, but when they came back out, they made it happen. So listen to me. Number two, and you better catch this. You got to believe in the dark. You got to believe when you can't see it. You got to believe in the dark what the Creator told you in the light. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And when things are bleak, when things are dark, when things seem like, hey, we're not going to make it happen. We're not going to be able to win. You got to believe in the dark what the Creator told you in the light. That's number 1, man. Faith, man. Y'all hear me talk about it all the time. You hear me talking about faith as the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You can't see it. You can't touch it. You don't know that it's real. It's only real in your mind. But in your mind, you feel it. With your imagination, you know it can happen. Impossible is nothing. And they came back out, man. They came back out in that second half. And I promise you, you know how the story ends. Yeah, they won 28, I think 27. And Alabama only scored once, and that was off of like some crazy mishap, something that happened with Auburn. But let me tell you this, they came back. The defense shut Alabama down. My man Cam Newton came out like they was winning the game, like they had been in the game the whole time and did what he had to do to win it all. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? Number 1, show up. Stop running, man. Stop running. Stop quitting. Stop giving up. Stop giving in. Not only face the giant, man, go meet the doggone giant. You go get to the giant before the giant get to you. Number two, man, you got to believe. When you can't see it, you got to believe it. You got to call it when all the odds are against you. Are you hearing what I'm saying, man? You got to believe. The last one, the last principle, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. My last principle is this, man. Sometimes in life, you're going to have to just play through it. That's right. Cam Newton, no first downs. I mean, 3 and outs. Sometimes in life, man, if you're going to win, you're going to have to just learn to play through it. Play through the what? Play through the disappointments, because there's going to be some. Let me tell you something about life, bruh. Seriously, that if you're going to be successful in life, it's going to be a whole lot of failures between starting and success. It's going to be a whole lot of failure in between. And what you got to do is learn to play through. Listen to me, the haters, play through it. Don't listen to it. You can't spend your time worrying about the failures. You can't spend your time worrying about the mistakes. Like, if you sit there worrying about the mistakes all day, guess what? You take away time. You take away energy from doing what you're supposed to do. If you listen to your haters, right, you paying attention to your haters. Like, while you giving them energy, you not going where you're supposed to be going. So while the crowd, Auburn, is making all kind of noise, Cam, 21-0, 24-7, Cam playing through it. As if it doesn't exist, as if Auburn is the only one in the stadium, as if the Alabama fans aren't there, as if the defense isn't there, as if nobody's there. They just playing through it. So guess what, man? My man 12-0, looking at a possibility of winning the Heisman Trophy, looking at the possibility of winning the national championship. Why? Simple, because he showed up. And when things look bleak, when things look dark, he believed, he believed in the dark. He believed in the dark what the Creator told him in the light. So even though it looked dark, he still played. My final one, he played through it. You got to learn to play through it. Yep, you're going to have to stay up late. You heard me say before, you're going to have to want it as bad as you want to breathe. You're going to have to give up some sleep. Yep, you might only get 3-4 hours. It's finals time. We're getting ready for final exam. Yep, you might have to give up some TV. Yep, you might have to give up some of the luxuries. Yep, the movies. Yep, you might have to give up some stuff because we're at the end of the year and you don't have a lot of time left. But, man, whatever you do, man, keep believing. For real, this your boy E.T., man. Keep believing. Play through it, because you'll never get to success without going through that stuff. All right, listen to me. I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you. Next year, it's going to be a whole new ET, but I'm challenging you right now. I'm challenging you. Don't give up. Don't give in. All right? Whatever you do, if it's some stuff you want to quit, can you do me a favor? Don't quit until January 1st. Can you do that for me? Can you just hang in there until January 1st? Can you just run through the ribbon for me these last couple weeks? Can you just run through the ribbon for me? School, don't give up yet. Don't go home yet. That job, don't quit that job just yet. Don't just, you only got a couple more weeks. Can you just run through it for me? Can you just run through the ribbon? And then once you get to the ribbon and we start a brand new year, we can start all over from scratch. We can start all over from fresh. But whatever you do for me as we end this year, man, I need you to believe, because faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Impossible is nothing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna leave you with that quote, one of my favorite quotes, right? I'm gonna leave that for you, all right? I'm gonna leave that for you because I want you to read this thing. We're gonna put a little music behind it for you, but I want you to read this thing, all right? Remember, man, you're not a victim. So stop talking like one, stop thinking like one, and stop acting like one. You're not a victim. You're a victor. And the only thing stands between your success, the only thing stands from you doing what you know you've been called to do. The only thing is you. Nobody can stop you. Listen to me. If God is for you, who could be against you? Can't nobody stop you. You're the only person that can stop you. So stop talking like a victim. Stop thinking like a victim. Stop acting like a victim, and walk into your destiny. Walk into your destiny, bruh. Listen to me, sis. Walk into it. Remember, bruh, for real, progress. There is no success, bruh. There is no progress, son. None whatsoever without going through a little struggle. You gotta go through the struggle, but after the struggle is the reward. After the struggle is the victory. Once again, man, it's a special edition. That's right, it's a special edition of Thank God It's Monday. Thank God it's Monday. I'll see you next Monday, man. And remember, man, listen to me, no matter how hard you fall, if you fall flat on your back, you can look up. And if you can look up, you can get up. It's your boy E.T. I'm out.